Hello, my name is Emilio Krupa, and I'm a recent graduate from Pennsylvania State University in State College, Pennsylvania. A time that I took initiative above and beyond what was expected of me was whenever I was working at the Olive Garden. I was a bartender, and we had this couple who would come in, the Brewers. Mr. Brewer was in a wheelchair, and he had aphasia, so he was very difficult to understand, and his wife was pretty old, and she was unable to help him all the time. Servers didn't really want to take this table because they were difficult and they were hard to understand. And one time I saw a server trying to understand what Mr. Brewer was saying, so I went over and I asked if there was anything that I could do. Mrs. Brewer explained that Mr. Brewer actually just needed to go to the bathroom. So I took him to the bathroom, and then while I was there, I helped him onto the toilet, and after it was done, he was done, I helped him clean up, and I took him back to the table. And Mrs. Brewer was just so happy with this because apparently no one has ever helped him in that way. So from that point on, when they would come in, they would sit in my section. They didn't want to sit in anyone else's section. An example where I had to build rapport with somebody, I was working as an intern at Beth Israel Hospital in Newark, New Jersey, and we were working in a wellness center. And the wellness center was for people with diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular diseases, to help them learn how to cook better, learn how to cook healthier, and just generally lead a better health lifestyle. One of the patients who would come in, her name was Rose, and she was quiet, and she didn't talk to anybody. And so I started talking to her to see if I could get her to open up. I started talking about things that I enjoyed, and we both found out that we both love music. She loved jazz. I'm not a really big jazz fan, but she told me a few people that I should listen to. So that night I went home and I listened to, it was Freddie Hubbard and Ella Fitzgerald. And I went back the next day and we talked about jazz music for a good half an hour before class started. And from that point on, she would come in early just to hang out and talk to me. And at the end of the internship, she told my preceptor that I reminded her of her son, which was the nicest thing that anyone said about me. It's nice to know that someone thinks of you like that. The characteristics of the dietetic internship for Aramark that led me to apply. The concentration, the emerging dietetic trends, that sounds like an awesome concentration, and I didn't see that provided by any other internship. But I really like the company, the high diversity, the workplace health that you have. I know it's one of the most ethical companies, and in particular, you have a very high employment of people with disabilities. And I think that's a company that I want to work for. I hope to finish an internship and apply to one of the various jobs that you have open whenever I am able to work for you. Professional strength that I have that I think that would fit me with Aramark is leadership. For instance, last semester, we had a class that we had to basically run a restaurant. We had to fill all the rules of a restaurant. In particular, manager. Every student had to be the manager at least 2 times. So I went first because I knew I've worked as a manager in other restaurants, so I knew what I was doing. And because of this, everyone started following me, asking me questions. I was happy to help them. And then when it came to time for other people to become the manager, even those managers would come to me and ask me questions on how they should do it or what they should do for various foods, the way things should be set up. And I think that's because I possess high leadership skills, especially in an area like that where I have a lot of experience. It ended up being everyone was supposed to be manager twice, but because of my leadership skills, I ended up becoming manager, it was 6 times instead of the 2 that everyone else had to do. For the expenses for the internship and the tuition, right now I'm already saving money, and I will have plenty saved by the time that the internship starts. But I also have a loving family who is willing to help me out throughout the year of the internship, so I'm not too concerned for the money issues. If I plan on pursuing the MS degree, I actually do not plan on doing that because I hope to start work as a clinical dietitian right off the bat and then take part-time classes to get my MPH. Thank you.